Good day and welcome to another weekend workshop. My name is Eddie. I've been practicing Satsang for 14 years and have benefited greatly, and I will be introducing today's facilitator. But first, I'd like to introduce this weekend's workshop. Satsang is a scientific method by which we achieve peace, light, and love in our lives. There is no experience necessary. It is appropriate for any beginner at any level. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be with or in the presence of. So Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The principal primary element of Satsang is meditation. When we meditate, we withdraw our senses from worldly objects and focus within on a single thought. Through meditation, our mind becomes calm and cleansed, and we achieve higher states of consciousness. Inner orientation. Satsang consists of two types, an outer satsang and an inner satsang. We, in this workshop, will practice an inner satsang, which consists of meditation and silence. An outer satsang would be chanting. Group orientation. This satsang workshop is structured as a group participation or a group meditation where both beginners and advanced practitioners of meditation can benefit. When we meditate or practice in groups, our focus is increased and our progress along our spiritual path is expedited. Joy and happiness. All women and men wish to experience joy in their lives. Joy is the longing desire of the soul. And through repeated practice, we experience greater states of inner happiness, which yield the ultimate state of joy. Today's agenda consists of 3 sessions. The informative session, where we'll learn more about Satsang or introduction to the founder or some other main topic. The second session is the practice session where we'll learn how to meditate, followed by a period of practice. Lastly, there's the interactive session, which consists of questions and answers or a panel discussion. Now, I'd like to introduce our facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of satsang experience. He's the grandson of Guru Maharaj, who is the founder of the satsang method. He was born into a satsang family where he experienced their transformation into enlightened beings. Upon arriving to the United States, he and his wife began conducting satsang. He shares his experience of seeing his family members transformed into spiritual beings with all new satsangis. He motivates them and teaches them based on his experience with this method. Currently, he travels throughout the United States and India, facilitating satsang, while maintaining his duties as a husband, a father, and an IT executive. Please join me in welcoming Brother Sanjeev Kumar.
Thank you, Eddie. So today I was just thinking about satsang, just the definition of satsang. You know, being with positive energy is one way to describe it, but um, you know, um, so I think we can differentiate bad company versus good company. But if we take that up a notch and say the best company. So, uh, if we were to define, uh, you know, like being with the 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 definition of the best, um, and being with energy, positive energy, and that too, um, you know, um, in a way that that positive energy is um, continually transforming. So that's so the basic concept of satsang is that we become what we think. We become uh, the company we keep. We are affected by our immediate environment. So if our immediate environment is positively charged, is the most positive energy that we can think of, um, that is satsang. The the thing that I was remembering today was Guru Maharaj, my grandfather. He not just became, uh, you know, like his guru. He actually physically acquired, um, you know, he physically acquired um, um the you know, pretty much like he started looking like his guru. So it was, so he was like 24/7 just thinking about his guru to a point where inside and out he became, like him. Um, so much so that there is a incident where somebody had done some work in the house of his guru, and he came to uh, uh, give some paperwork, and Guru Maharaj was sitting outside, uh, you know and he came and gave it to him. So that's how similar they had physically started looking. Um, but essentially, it's the positive energy that your guru is connected to, you connect through your guru. So that is satsang, um, being uh, connected to the positive energy. Um, so where we start to get to that goal of becoming the positive energy ourselves, um, where we start is, um, you know you meditate morning and evening, maybe just 15 minutes, and that's like you start the day energizing yourself, you end the day by again purifying yourself with that energy. And so the morning meditation kind of drives you through the day, it keeps you energized, and evening meditation recharges you. So that's pretty much the, um, like literally a daily practice that would continually recharge you, imbibe you with this positive energy, and eventually that connection that kind of continually provides you this positive energy becomes a constant. So more consistent your connection to this energy becomes, the less effective would be the impact of the negative energy of people and situations around you. So that's the goal here. So I think let's do the meditation first, and then we'll discuss a little more about some of these concepts in a more interactive way after the meditation. So basically, very, very, very simple method. And the entire goal here is to just connect with the positive energy. So, and one of the most important pieces there is to concentrate our mind, control our mind, focus our mind on this positive energy. So the first things is that we sit in a relaxed posture so that body doesn't move or minimize the bodily movement for 15-20 minutes while we meditate. Eyes lightly closed for the same reason that the sensory input distracts our mind. And then think of this light that's in front of us, that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming immersed in this light. We're becoming one with this light. When mind wanders away, which it will, that's natural. When you realize that mind has wandered away, bring it back to this thought, and this thought alone, that this light in front of us entering our heart, distributing throughout the body, and that we're getting completely immersed in this light. Any breathing exercises, any mantras, or any other activity you can do before or after. But during this meditation, meditate in silence. So we'll start with music and then go into meditation in silence. Just go deep inwards and find this light, love, and peace within you. So again, relaxed posture, eyes lightly closed, spine a little straight, chin a little inwards. And think of this light that's in front of us, that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and that we're becoming one with this light. Let's start now. Hello, everyone. So Eddie, Luz.
Good morning or good afternoon. Happy Saturday to all. I
Yeah.
I don't have much to say because I unfortunately I had trouble getting in. So I missed the initial discussion, but as always, the meditation was wonderful. So I did just want to say hello to
Hello, hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, considering the topic of satsang, I would say that every opportunity throughout the day is an opportunity to be in satsang, or to be with that positive energy. I mean, it's a part of our lives. We make a choice every day and in every activity, whether we choose to be in satsang or not. Um, the world as we see it today obviously is concerned more with um, desires and concerns for the body. Um, these are the things that are perceived to bring joy and happiness, right? So much of society is involved in these things, but it only brings disappointment and sorrow, and it keeps us out of satsang, or keeps us from being in being with that positive energy. Now, we talked previously about because the way for me to just sort of sum up how do we maintain satsang throughout the day, and we had talked previously about the state of sahaj samadhi, and to me that sort of sums up how we do it. Um, he said when you obtain that state of sahaj samadhi, it's like all of your activities at that point you're cleansed, your mind is cleansed, you experience the higher states of consciousness, and all of your actions at that point are righteous. So you're constantly um, in uh, in union with the positive energy, or sitting that time. But then there are, the other aspects where in Sahaj Samadhi, you lose the idea of mine and thine within your heart. And that's something that can be practiced throughout the day. We can keep that idea in our mind that, uh, defeat. In other words, don't give in to the ego. Have the idea that this is not mine, and I'm here. I'm basically just a caretaker. Um, this is being given to me by a creator. So with that idea in mind, you basically end up sharing, and when you do that, you're in harmony with the positive energy, or you're one with satsang. And then the idea, like we said, of attachment. When you give up the idea of attachment, and you give up the ideas of being envious of others, of what they have, coveting things that others have, you're also participating in satsang at that point. So and I guess the other thing would be is having the calm mind during times of strife and turbulence. You maintain that steady uh, calmness, whether it's a situation where you feel happy or sad, you maintain that even keel. And so throughout the day, you can stay in that time. Not you have to, uh, like we're having a weekend workshop today. It's not like you have to just be here to participate in that song. Every activity throughout the day, you can do it. So that's kind of just what I wanted to say. And the point I really wanted to make was that samadhi is a good example. You know, although you attain that state, these things come next, but working towards that, you just remember the idea of samadhi, then that will help you, act in an appropriate way throughout the day so that you can maintain your connection with the positive.
Yeah. So, Shivangi.
Namaste, Bhaiya ji.
Namaskar. Namaskar, Vipuldas.
I do have a question, but I don't know if I'll be able to articulate it as well. So when we are in meditation, and we are trying to focus on the light and see that the light is in our heart and then, spreading through the body. When you are focused on that thought, are you aware that you're focused on that thought? Does your mind know that? Because I feel like when I do it, my mind just says, oh, I'm doing it. So is that what it's supposed to happen, or are you supposed to just be so immersed in it that you lose awareness of your mind and your body? You're not sleeping. I realize we shouldn't be sleeping, but because my mind is aware, sometimes when I'm able to have that thought and focus, my mind is like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then sometime later I'll lose it, I'll get distracted, and I try to bring it back, and then again my mind is like, I'm doing it. So I just, the proper immersion will be when you lose yourself, like lose all your energy and mind is just focused on the thought, and you have sort of like lost awareness of your being. Is that where we're supposed to be?
So, I think what you're talking about is various stages that it goes through. Um, so, yes, like at some point you're aware that you want to go to sleep or you are about to sleep, and then when you do, then you forget where you are, right? So it's the same thing here. It's uh, at some point you're aware that uh, what you're concentrating on, but the whole idea is that you um, see what is important is that when you go in the deeper meditation, what's the thought that was um, you know prominent, or where you were concentrating. uh, Interestingly, so that's dharana and dhyan, right? Uh, so what you concentrate on um, would dissolve when you go into deeper meditation, but what you concentrate on is still important because the deeper meditation gets affected by it. So not all meditations are the same because what you start with or where you start is as important as where you get to. So, like if you are reciting mantras, that's a starting point. If you are seeing, trying to focus on light, that's a starting point. If you are, just singing devotional songs, that could be a starting point. So, starting point and where you get to and how long it takes for you to get to deeper meditation depends on where you start to. But people get caught up in where they're starting, so much so that the biggest fight or ideological fights are like, what am I concentrating on? But that's just a starting point. So it's futile to say this is better, that is better in some ways, but uh, what is what? So it's like, I think once I talked about, like, if I go to a temple or um, I've been to certain churches where I go there and I feel deep sense of calm and quiet and peace. And there are other places where I don't. Um, so the the person who founded it, or the person who meditated and prayed in it, has an effect, and that effect continues to be there. So it's, um, you know, who initiates you, what you concentrate on, where you start, all that has far more deeper implications than we understand. Um, so much so that, if we look at our satsang, and my introduction to this satsang was like, you go, you sit there, and I don't even have to do anything. Like, literally, I I was like, what is concentration? What is dhyan? I just sit there, and because of the people and their impact, um, the um, the the thoughts, the questions, the you know the turmoil all just vanishes. So I have seen that. It's like, literally, just being there can have such a enormous impact on you. So to me, that is dhyan or meditation without actually making an effort. So another thing I talk about is like meditation, where you start, what you visualize, what you think, all that at the end of the day should be effortless. If you're like, you keep making effort to sleep, you won't sleep really. So it's like you create this environment where you dim the lights, or you close the lights, you lie in a nice bed, which is comfortable. That is your effort to get into a deeper sleep. But how you go into it is like, boom, like, what effort did you make? So preparation is important, uh, but that's where you start. Don't So a lot of times it's hard for me to like describe that, yes, it's extremely important where you start, but actually that's not the thing. It's That's just where you start. Where you get to is totally different. And that could happen in like, microseconds. Fascinating, isn't it? It's just,
I don't think I fully understand it, but I'm thinking about it. Like, what
yeah.
is deeper meditation? Like, you prepare, like, you focus on light, and then you get there.
So
How do I not win in it if I don't
yeah,
know it?
yeah, you won't, right? See, the thing is, like, when you forget about what you were concentrating on, you forget about where you are, who you are, right? So you won't remember any of that. So that is why the measurement of are you on the right track is not that how deeper I got into meditation. It is how it's affecting your behavior, how refreshed you felt after that, right? Nobody says like, oh, how deep was your meditation? It's like how good you feel after that is the question.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. That you see, like you used to describe, like you see if effects in your life, how you deal with emotions, how you deal with negative energy, and all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like I have to get up and look at the watch to see like how long I slept. How I felt would tell me how deep or how good that sleep was.
I have a question about that.
Sure.
So, just to jump in, is there also some merit to the actual experience of meditation itself? And I'm sure that there is, right? So that makes sense. It's like the effects and how you feel after. But there are times too when in the meditation itself, things begin to dissolve, right? Like whatever bad day or even a hectic day or whatever you're going through, fear, anxiety, if you put in the right effort and you meditate, you can actually, I think, begin to feel those refreshing effects during. Or is that just my mind playing tricks on me? Am I just convincing myself of that?
So what is interesting is that say if I am having, so I like literally um, feel that say let's compare our mind to an ocean, right? So if I'm on the surface of the ocean, the waves are making me go up and down. Um, if I go deeper, the waves start to vanish and the up and down motion is now vanishing. So think of it this way, and I'm just being, I don't mean to, uh, I'm just trying to say that when people do the guided meditation from a perspective of, um, you know, um, okay, you are becoming calmer and you are thinking about gratitude. So, because there is so much motion at the top of the ocean, if you just, kind of, so think of like if you, um, within the surface, if you go a slightly deeper, you feel that you have achieved a lot because the, you know, because you were seeing the motion and then you go a little deeper, it's like, oh, wow, I feel so good. But then when I go really deep, there is that feeling has gone. So which one is better? My mind would say that I felt better when I was on the surface and got a little deeper. My mind just felt that, oh gosh, it was so good. But when it went really deep, my mind has now stopped acting and feeling, and, so that wow effect is gone, but it is deep meditation. So the wow effect is a surface activity, and people don't realize that. So, you know, when think about it this way. So we do meditation in silence, if I was speaking during that time, how would you feel? People who get used to this meditation would feel disturbed. Believe it, like when I get out of this meditation, for a few minutes, I just don't feel like speaking because I feel that it disturbs the quietness that has been established inside and out. So, so the thing is that, yes, mind does play games. And yes, mind has its own way of, you know, like literally in deep meditation, you have kind of gone beyond the surface. So you have gone into the deeper subconscious, unconscious levels. And some of the things we talk about, you know, which are on the surface, so to say. Is it making sense?
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. And it was just described in ways that I probably couldn't have reached on my own. So thank you.
No,
As
so see, I feel that, you know, there are lots and lots of people today. I mean, there's no harm if meditation, wherever you start, it's good, right? But doesn't mean that all of that is equal, right? Um, Somebody feels good because, you know, their wavering mind gets calm because of the sound or because of the positive affirmation. But that's just the beginning. So, you know, once you get used to getting deeper into meditation, some of these things will not make as much sense. But um, it, when you start, when you don't even know how to meditate, uh, that has a wow effect. So, yeah, it is weird in some ways that, you know, I mean, like talking about sleep, making effort to go to sleep, doing lots of research about sleep is not sleep. And people who don't research, who don't talk about it, just go to sleep. It's so weird, right? It's just, you know, it's natural. So just because you do so much research about sleep, you won't be a better sleeper, probably. Maybe not. Maybe you will find some, you know, tips and tricks which might start working for you. Okay. That much I would give. It is, yeah. It's it's very interesting. But I think you were also talking about something that is another fascinating aspect of meditation. People who meditate start listening to their inner voice and their so-called conscience. So there are times when you literally see things that, or hear things, or experience, and Guru Maharaj has written a lot about that. So people who meditate do get into quote unquote experiences, which um, so that's, you know, a whole different aspect where um, you know, it's it is because you meditate and go to deeper levels, you are able to connect to uh, you know, things at a different level. So I think in your question, that aspect was there too. So yes, there is that other aspect as well.
I think I may that might be encompassed or maybe just from previous conversations, but that is an additional. I wasn't thinking about that in this question. It was more, still staying within the realm, just like being able to calm the waves. But I absolutely believe that you can have a different experience meditating, and very few times I've had that. But it's interesting, and I wonder, is that also in my mind? So I'm glad that you have confirmed that it is something that could happen.
It definitely, and Guru Maharaj actually differentiates when mind is playing games and telling you things versus an experience which is deeper. So there is a difference, and he actually describes it like the uh, when mind is making up things, it's very fickle, changes very quickly. When you have a deeper experience, it actually stays longer and has you know a deeper impact on you anyways.
But what you said, just getting back to more the surface, because
Mhm.
those experiences, that seems, I mean, in my own personal experience, I'm not speaking for others. That's like few and far between. I mean, like very few and far between, if you know. But like, just mostly, it makes sense what you said, because even if you're just at the surface level and you go just a little deep and it feels, yes, the waves have been calm, but it's true, if somebody starts talking, you're not, if you don't, if the meditation hasn't worked itself into your system through regular practice, that could disrupt that sense of calm. Yeah. So in therein is the difference. I see. Yeah, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah, see, the thing is that sometimes you want control, and because you want control, you don't want to give in. Because you don't want to give in, you keep struggling and making effort. uh, Meditation is beyond that. Sleep is beyond that, right? It's like almost like letting go, and you know till we have our thoughts and thinking patterns, uh, we have to go beyond that. So, Eddie, wrap up.
Yes, in regard to satsang, it's the method by which we obtain peace, light, and love in this life, and helps us reach that joyous state that we all long for. I'm reminded of something that Guru Maharaj said, and that maybe I'll take away for today, and that is that we should spiritualize our worldly activities. When we do that, then our activities throughout the day become satsang for us.
Yep. Yeah, stay connected, feel the presence, and stay uplifted. All right. On that note, see you all back again soon. Namaskar.
Namaste, Bhaiya
Bye.
ji. Namaste,
Namaskar.
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thanks, Liz, for being here. And Eddie,
Thank you, Sanjeev. Namaskar, everyone.
namaskar. Namaskar, Sangeeta ji, Vipul Bhai Sahab, Poonam ji, Rajat, Shiv, Shivangi, Meenakshi. Namaskar.
Naam Chacha.
नमस्ते भैया
हाँ, नमस्कार ओंकार.
नमस्कार भैया
Namaskar.
सबको नमस्कार
All right. Thanks, Yuan.